We're going to get the keys to our house. We are homeowners. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lucci. Today I'm gonna be talking all about my testimony. Okay, our testimony. You guys, it is 1 year since we closed on this house, our dream house in the heart of Washington, and I'm so happy to just testify. Okay, so if you want to hear about our testimony and how we got our dream house, how we were able to quadruple our initial budget to afford this place, just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so you guys, first things first, if you're new here or you have not subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be posting more videos, just chit-chatting with you guys and letting you in. Turn on your post notifications because I'm gonna be sharing and filming more throughout the year. So yeah, anyway, okay guys, so initially when we started searching for a house, we started searching while we were in Iowa. This was 6 years ago when we were pregnant with our first child, Cami. So I don't even know where I got this idea from, you guys, but I felt like we needed to welcome a new baby in a new house. And so I don't know, we were living in a 2-bedroom at the time, a 2-bedroom apartment. And I just kept thinking, this is too small. Babies need a lot of things. They have a lot of things. The stroller is too big. Where are we going to pack the stroller? Like, I was just obsessing over space. Like, I don't know why. I just was thinking that a 2-bedroom apartment was not going to be sufficient for a baby. And of course I was wrong. And it's so funny because I had a friend then, my friend, I won't say her name because she's so private, but she was like, Oluchi, you don't need a house for a baby, okay? Like, but she was right. But anyway, so we started looking at houses. If you guys remember, I was vlogging a lot and I was taking you guys along as we looked at houses. And I am not kidding when I tell you that we looked at over 20 houses. I felt so bad for the realtor because just about every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he was taking us around looking for houses, and we were seriously interested at the time. But it was always like there was always a reason why we wouldn't go with the house. Like, we would find the house that I felt like was perfect, but my husband wasn't happy with it. He would be like, oh, the basement is not complete. It doesn't have a walkout patio. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. And so we kept doing that, and then we started thinking, okay, maybe we're not going to be in Iowa much longer. Maybe we need to move to Texas, right? And so we went to Austin, Texas. We looked at houses. You guys, there was this one house that we had seen. It was so amazing. It was a big house. It had everything. It was huge. It was a mansion, and it was a little shy of 500K. And we're like, wow, this is amazing. You know, maybe we should move to Austin, Texas. My husband works in tech, and Austin is also like it's a budding tech hub. So we started thinking about Austin, Texas. We looked at a few houses, you guys. When I tell you, I almost convinced hubby that we should put in an offer for this one house. Whew, I'm so glad we didn't. But it was so bad that I was like, babe, let's just go ahead and put in an offer, because while we're there, a bunch of other people were also inspecting the house, and I was like, we're not gonna get it. But he was like, let's just take our time, no need to hurry. Literally the next week after we visited Austin, Texas, my husband got a job at one of the top 10, what am I saying, top 3 tech companies in the world. And so we got the opportunity to move over to the West Coast, to Washington State. So yeah, so we've been in Washington the past 2 years. It was actually 2 years last month. And you guys, when I tell you that this is the best place I have ever lived in my life, I am not exaggerating. I love it here. My soul loves it here. We love it here. You know, when winter time comes, it's a bit, you know, like some of us are a little bit like, this rain is not for me. But personally, I love it here. I don't mind the rain in the winter because we have the most beautiful summer and fall, and I just love it here. Okay, being in the West Coast, is no, the West Coast is the best coast area. Period. The West Coast is the best coast. So anyway, after we moved here, you guys, I felt at home. I felt at ease. I felt at home. I could see myself being here for a while. You know, hubby and I, we talked about it. You know, he was a little bit, you know, not really sure, but I also know my husband, and I know that when it comes to making this kind of big decisions, sometimes he likes to take his time a little too much, so he just needs to be nudged. And so, you know, I kind of just, you know, we talked about it, and I was able to help him see why this is a really good place to settle down, at least while the kids are still young, at least maybe for the next couple years. I don't know how many years we're going to be here, but for now, this is home. We love it. Everything we love is here. Well, not true. Not true. We don't have family here, but there's a lot going for us here. And so anyway, that's that. As soon as we moved here, we first lived in a rental house. So we rented a house for about a year. It was a nice house. We liked it. It was in a good neighborhood, but we knew that we wanted to buy our own property. But you guys, property in Washington State, it's not just expensive. Sometimes you're not gonna get your money's worth because the market here is so competitive. There's so many people with money here. Things get, you know, things fly off the market real quick. And by the time we were looking for a house, it was a seller's market. And so, yo, we were getting, like, it was really competitive. The rates were high and everything. But we didn't let that stop us. We kept looking. We toured so many houses, you guys. Like, we looked and looked and looked, and there was always one issue after another. And then we also had different ideas of what we wanted. I wanted an older home because of space, you know. So at the time, we had 2 boys and we're pregnant with our third. And, you know, I wanted more space because I wanted the boys to have a place to play, you know, and all of that. And I also liked the charm of older houses. I also liked the character. I felt like the new houses, the new construction was cookie cutter. And then hubby was more like leaning towards the new construction because he didn't want to do too much maintenance. He didn't want to deal with like any of the work and all of that. But after looking at a few houses, comparing the prices and everything, we finally just decided it didn't make sense to go with a new construction. Let's just jump onto how we got this house. This neighborhood was not even in our... We were not even considering this neighborhood initially because there were very few houses on the market in this neighborhood. Very few. Like, you would see 1 or 2, and of course they were very expensive. Like, they were over 1M, like, if you know what's up. And so we kept, you know, we're just like, okay, maybe we're gonna go east, we're gonna go to this area, to that area. But then 1 week, literally 1 week, my husband was like, I think we should consider this neighborhood. Like, I think we should consider it. Like, he was like, I drive through the neighborhood. It's very nice. The school system here is great and all of that. And then as soon as we decided to consider this neighborhood, I'm not kidding, within like a week, this house came on the market. At this point, we had already seen over 10 houses with our realtor. The day this house came on the market, you guys, as usual, I was constantly checking Zillow and Trulia. Constantly, like at least I would check 5 times a day, looking at houses. I'm not kidding. I found this house within 5 minutes of the house being posted. Literally, it was posted. As soon as it was posted, a couple minutes later, I went on Zillow, I saw the house, and as soon as I saw the house, I was like, this is it. This is it. I remember Rafiki was in the shower and I was screaming. I was like, babe, because we were going to go out with the kids. We're going to a family date night. And so we were already ready. The kids were ready. Rafiki was just finishing up. And so we were fully dressed already. It was so crazy. That's how you know it was literally fate. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, babe. Oh my God, babe. We need to go check out this house. So I showed it to him. He liked it. He thought it was interesting. I sent a message to our realtor immediately. I was like, Nick, we need to go look at this house as soon as possible. When I tell you we have the best realtor, within an hour of this house being posted, we were able to schedule a visit and we went to see the house within an hour. When I tell you everything was moving fast, everything was moving fast. Now, why did I want to see this house so bad? Why was this house on our list, you guys? This house had just about everything we wanted for our kids and our family. We wanted a big yard. This house had a big yard. It had a beautiful kitchen. It had a beautiful statement island kitchen. Rafiki's favorite part of the house is the kitchen. I saw the great room. As soon as I saw those windows in the great room, I fell in love. It had 5 rooms. A third of the garage was already converted into a 5th room. So originally this house was 4 bedrooms, but then they converted a third of the garage into another room. So I immediately knew that that would make a fantastic playroom for the kids. And then it had an office, 4 rooms upstairs, an office. It had an ensuite master bathroom, 2 other toilets, bathroom, you guys. Like, it had a separate dining room, and it also had that old American charm. This house is considered a I can't think of it right now, like a colonial. So this is a colonial style home, and I love it. I love a classic American house. New construction is good, but there's just something about a classic American house that is so beautiful and so charming to me. I just love it. And as soon as we saw this house, we scheduled a visit. We toured it. It wasn't perfect. We could see that it needed some improvements here and there. But after we weighed the pros and cons, especially given that it was in a beautiful, nice, serene neighborhood, and most importantly, it was in an amazing school district. The schools that are here are rated 9 out of 10. Literally, the school district was also the most important selling point. It just made sense. So we weighed everything. The price was also fair. We felt like the price was fair because it was a competitive market. Yes, interest rates were kind of high when we bought. We eventually planned to refinance, but you guys, sometimes when you see something good, and if God has provided the funds, He's provided the opportunity, you just have to let Him take care of the rest. Like, you just have to trust God and let Him take care of the rest. After we weighed everything, we loved the house, and we decided to put in an offer that night. So our realtor went ahead, prepared everything, put in the offer, and then we had to wait. And fortunately, the sellers were motivated to sell fast, and they were going to let us know the next day. You guys, the next day, when I tell you this was one of the most nerve-wracking days of my life, I'm not even exaggerating. The next day, we go ahead and, we're waiting. Then we start hearing that there are multiple offers in, and now we're in a bidding war. You guys, we're in a bidding war. Oh my God. So husband and I, Rafiki and I, we're talking. We're like, okay, how much extra do we want to put? How much extra? We're talking with our realtor. And then we finally decided on a cap. We're like, okay, this is our max. If it goes higher than this, then this house is not for us, because we also don't want to be house poor, right? And so we gave our best offer and just waited. They were supposed to make a decision by 7 o'clock, you guys. By 8 o'clock, a decision was not made. 9 o'clock, it wasn't made. 10 o'clock, oh my God. At this point, when I tell you, I was just praying. I was like, God, this is our house. I know it's our house. You've told me this is our house. Of all the houses that we had looked at, none of them came close to this house when it came to how happy we felt when we saw it. None of them had satisfied us like this house. And I was like, God, I know you did not give us this house to test us. Like, I know this is our house. And I just kept praying the whole time we were waiting. I was just praying. I was like, God, let your will be done. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. And finally, because I was so anxious, I was just like, you know what? It's in your hands, God. Like, if this is our house, you're going to find a way to give this house to us. Like, you're going to make it ours. And if it's not ours, then I know it's not a house for us. And I just finally let go, and I let God. And then by 10:30, we got a call from our realtor. Well, Rafiki got a call. And then I was upstairs, and then Rafiki called me, and he was like, Oluchi, we didn't get the house. And I came down, and I was like really sad, but I was just like, you know what? It's good. And then he was like, I'm kidding, we got the house. You guys, when I tell you I cried tears of joy because I just knew it. You know, when you know in your heart, you know. I feel like when you're looking for something, when you want something, when you know that that thing is here, you're gonna feel it deep in your heart. There's a feeling that you're gonna get that is very hard to explain, and that was the feeling I got when it came to this house. Like I just knew it was ours, and I love it. This month, November, makes a year since we closed on our house, and it feels surreal. We moved in December, 1st of December, we were here, and it just feels amazing. I cannot thank God enough. Lord, I'm so grateful. I literally wake up every single day and I'm thanking God. I'm like, thank God for the roof over our head. Thank God that for this house. Thank God we're able to afford this. We're able to, like, sometimes I feel like I'm living a dream, like literally. And I just want to thank God again. As I keep talking, I want to reiterate how grateful I am to God for just his mercy, because this house was a testimony, literally a testimony. The fact they literally had higher offers than ours, but when they saw us, our family, they heard our story, they were like, there is no other family that deserves to be in this house than us. Like, there was a doctor that offered way more than the asking price, and he was single, he didn't have a family, and the owners felt like we would benefit more from being in this house because of the amazing school district. And they were like, you know what, you guys have family, you have kids, your kids will benefit more from being in this house than someone who is single and has, you know, all of that. So I'm just so grateful that they chose us, and it's been a year. Crazy, the lady who actually sold us the house, she came to visit a couple weeks ago because she forgot she had a mail that was sent here, so she came to pick it up, and she was so impressed. She was like, wow, wow, wow. Like, she was so happy to see what we've done with the house. And I just want to say thank you, Jesus. I want to say thank you, God, for your opportunities, the crazy, and your blessing, oh Lord. Thank you for blessing us way beyond we could have ever imagined. And this is how you know God's time is the best, because when we first started looking for a house, our budget was not even up to a quarter of what it cost to be in this house, like what this ended up costing us. So that's just to tell you, our budget was decent for that time in our lives, especially when we lived in Iowa in the Midwest. It was a good budget. But the way God has blessed us in the last few years, like way beyond anything we could have ever imagined. We would have never in our wildest dreams thought we could afford to live in a place like this. Like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, this was not even possible. This was not just not possible, we couldn't see it in our future. And the way God has literally quadrupled his blessings to our family in our lives, it's a miracle. It's a testimony. And I wanted to film this video as a testimony, to just testify of the goodness of God, to testify of the grace, the blessings, the mercies of God in our lives. And I just want to encourage you to put your faith in God. And this is also a reminder for me, because sometimes I need a reminder. Sometimes I worry about things, and I need to just let God more. And I just want to say, if you're waiting for a blessing, if you're expecting that God will show up in your life in any part, whether it's your finances, marriage, whatever, keep praying, don't give up, and let him show you his wonders. Like, I'm telling you, like, that's all. Like, I could go on and on about the goodness of God, but I hope you got the message, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be posting some more videos. Excuse the noise, you guys. Hanani's here and the kids, you know, they're being kids. But I will be posting more videos showing you guys just different pockets of the house. I'm not comfortable doing a full house tour, but I will do room tours. I plan on showing you different rooms as we decorate and renovate and upgrade different things. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my testimony. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up below, and also let me know, what are you hoping and praying for? What are you believing God for? I would like to say a prayer for you guys, so let me know below, and I will we're gonna catch up in another video. Okay, go ahead and subscribe like I said. Okay, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye bye.